I'll call you back again to another video lecture on C# programming, and in this video lecture, I'll go ahead and teach you how to pass parameters by value. Alright, so this passing parameters by value is going to take 2 lectures. The first lecture, I will teach you how to pass in these parameters. And here you're going to see an output just the way it is, because as a beginner you might not understand what it is. As well, I have to divide out to be in 2 different lectures. That means in this very first one, I'll go ahead and teach you parameters by value, and then we'll go ahead and pass in values into parameters, and the output of these values will not be noticed. Alright, but inside the output is going to be noticed. So we're going to use exactly the same logic in the next lecture to be able to demonstrate exactly the same thing. And then you go ahead and see the output. So before we kick off into this, I have to let us know about that, because you might be expecting an output, but you might not see exactly what we want. Therefore, in this lecture, we'll go ahead and swap 2 different numbers. And if we swap the numbers, you're not going to see the change at the end of that. Okay? But if you follow me down to the next lecture, we'll go ahead and see how that works and the difference. But here, I'll show you how to do that, and you go ahead and see the logic that will do that, and the numbers will be swapped right inside, but there will be no output of exact number expected to be given to us to be shown. Now let's go ahead and kick off immediately by creating another method outside the main method, and it's going to be public. Let's say public void, and then whenever you hear me say void, it means that we are not going to return anything. So whenever you're going with void means you are not expected to return anything, alright? So let's say num swap. So I want to swap 2 numbers, and these numbers are integer numbers. Then go ahead and say int x and int y. Alright, so now let's go ahead and say that let's create this and say int change. Let me call that int change and put a semicolon, and go ahead and say that change is equal to x. So what this means is that I'm going to take the value of integer x and put it into the variable change, because change is a placeholder as a variable, and then we'll go ahead and say that x is equal to y, and put a semicolon. Now I take the value of y and put that into x, alright? And that x is right inside change. But now I'll go ahead and take our y and place right inside change. Okay, so at this moment I have changed, or I haven't changed the 2 numbers. Okay, but I'm not going to print out result, because pass by value will not give us the exact result. Okay, now let's go ahead and move into the main function. Like I told you, we are not going to return anything, so you can send it to my return here, because I use public void. I'm not public like public integer string or any other variable, any other data type. Okay, now let's go ahead and move into here and say int w equal to, let's say 50 per semicolon, and then int z equal to 80 and per semicolon. Now call the method of the class and not the method name. Go ahead and call it class program, because you have a class, but just using one class right there, and then the class name is program. Go ahead and call program, and let's give it a new name equal to new program. So we'll always copy anytime so new program. Alright, so let's go ahead and follow parentheses and go ahead and put a semicolon at the end. Now the next thing we need to do is to go ahead and show the user. Let's go ahead and say console dot go ahead and put this to be in lowercase, okay? So console dots, right line. So console the right line, I'll go ahead and use the value of W before swapping. So for W before swapping is equal to 0. Go ahead and press semicolon and place the value of what W right there and place semicolon at the end. And let's also show the value of Z. So let's say the value of Z. The value of Z before swapping is equal to 0, click comma, and place Z. Go ahead and press semicolon at the end. Alright, so we have value of Z before swapping, and this before doesn't look good. So before swapping, now go ahead and call the method non-swap. So go ahead and say p dot non-swap. I'll go ahead and pass in the value of, let's say, W and Z. I'll go ahead and place semicolon at the end. Now, we'll have to print out the outputs. So once we pass in W and Z, this is supposed to automatically swap this to non-passport. It's not going to do that. Go ahead and say console dot read key, console dot read key. Go ahead and place semicolon at the end. It will go ahead and print back the value of X, W, and Z respectively, 50 and 50, and there will be no change. Okay, or change has occurred along the line. So now you can see the value of W before swapping is 50, and value of Z before swapping is 80. Then the value of W before, we need to change this to be after swapping. Okay. So the value of W after swapping, and the value of W, value of Z after swapping. Now let's go ahead and run the code and check it out. So you can see that before and after swapping we have exactly the same thing, but we expected this to change, where W will be equal to 80 and Z will be equal to 50. Now why is that not so? So pass by value, we're going to see outputs, but we're still going to use the same method we use right here in the next video lecture, and we can be able to see how this works, alright? So this is all about passing method by values, or passing parameters by value in C#. Go ahead and put this down, and join me in the next video lecture. Go ahead and make this to be able to swap, alright? So put this on your own system, play around with it, and if you have any question, please go ahead and use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.